I've been making videos and consulting clients on social media and videos for about 10 years. I'm going to give you 5 very simple tips on how to make better videos. Here we go! Number 1, know what you're talking about. It could be bullet points, it could be a script, or it could be inbuilt knowledge that you know very, very well. But if you're fumbling around, people won't believe you and they'll lose the message. I create videos for a few other client channels, and in that case I don't specifically know their niche, but if I do the research, I do the legwork, I write out scripts, I learn that I can create content that comes from a point of authority, comes from a point of learning. So you don't have to be an expert in it 2 weeks ago, but as long as you research and you note all of the details, you could be an expert in it 20-30 minutes later when you've done all of the reading, understand the topic and start teaching somebody else. 2, are you recording in clips? So many people do this. They'll record and then they'll reach for the camera and they'll turn it off. And then when they turn it back on, there's a gap there in between each clip. The problem is some people just don't edit those properly. They throw it into a timeline and assume that's fine, that the camera's done the legwork for them. This is what truly makes the difference between a polished video and something that can look amateur, something that looks thrown together, or maybe you haven't put the attention to it to knit it together right. Trust me, it's the small things in videos just like that turn people off in the middle of content, or just don't see it as a mainstream thing. They might bounce out of your content entirely, they might go and find somebody else that gaps it properly, especially nowadays. Like, YouTube's been around for 10 years, so if this was the first time 10 years ago, people would be more forgiving. Now there's much more polished people out there doing exactly the same content, and that could harm you. So 3, clip out all of those ums, and breathing. If you're going through the hard work of editing videos as it is, you're clipping out of the gaps, you're zooming in and out, you're adding overlays, you're doing something fantastic. If you're missing out the gaps where you're breathing or thinking or then that can take away from the whole thing. You could be in the middle of a really important rant and then it seems that you're guessing. It doesn't seem so impactful. It seems to take the wind out of the sails. You and I are more likely to watch a 6-minute video that is polished than a 10-minute video of exactly the same content with the gaps still in it. The breathing, the the ums. And maybe it's just me, because I've been editing for a fair while now and I've been creating content, I actually hear those things. I hear you take a breath. I hear you say I hear you say That might just be a YouTubery thing, and I know that I would have tweaked that or cropped it out. By no means am I perfect, but I make a conscious effort to hunt them out as much as I can. 4, avoid rambling. I know that I've got videos on this channel very recently that are 9, 10, 15, 20 minutes long, but I try to condense as much knowledge as I can into that. Those videos initially were easily 30% longer, and I've clipped out bits where I either repeat myself or I don't need that point. You need to retain people, so you need to keep the important information in there. You need to be engaging people. And if you're saying something in 8 minutes that could be said in 2, why? Also, I understand that you may be excited or passionate about something, but if you're rambling on, you're gonna bore the people that aren't as passionate as you. And you need casual people from time to time to land on your video to be converted into one of your fans and then become passionate about you. Do you really want to bore them on day 1? No. No matter how amazing that information is, if they're not willing to listen to you, you might as well just be reading the English Oxford Dictionary, or Twilight books for that matter. 5, important for YouTube, ending words. Have you ever got to the end of a video and they're like, and finally, final point, and before we go, they seem to be wrapping up the video already. It could be a 6-minute video and they're about 4 minutes in and they're telling you by words that they're going to leave you soon. Your brain either switches off or you're like, oh, okay, the video's over. I'll leave before they tell me there's 17 social media accounts because I don't need to know they're on Twitter and Instagram and Tumblr and rah. Don't give them signals that it's ending. Just end it and point to an end card, because otherwise it will hurt your retention, and this is how you improve that. I'll see you soon.